In the previous video, we looked at how the passage guide gives you organized and systematic access to your resources when you are studying a passage of Scripture. Now, we'll examine how the Exegetical guide assists you with detailed and technical research. Click Guides and select Exegetical Guide to open it. You can also highlight a passage of Scripture and open the guide from the context menu. The main distinction between these two guides is that the sections of the passage guide are designed to assist you in studying a passage of Scripture as a whole, and the Exegetical guide gives you the tools to engage in word-by-word study of the biblical text. In the Compare Versions section of the passage guide, we observed a variation in our Bibles at Luke 4:18. The Textual Variants section displays links to resources in your library dealing with differences in the original text of your passage. The Lexham Textual Notes on the Bible provides more information about this variation. The phrase, "to heal the brokenhearted," appears in an ancient manuscript, and the notes observe that the longer reading more closely matches Isaiah 61. Expand the Apparatus section to dig deeper and gain more detailed information. The apparatus informs us that the reading with the extra phrase is found in the Common Greek text, also known as the Textus Receptus. This explains the presence of the phrase in the King James Version. You can also see additional witnesses such as Codex Alexandrinus and others. Making a decision on the best reading requires further study, but Logos has provided easily accessible evidence to assist you. The word-by-word study breaks down your passage into individual verses. By default, Logos displays the SBL Greek New Testament and the Lexham English Bible. However, you can select a different version from the drop-down menu. If you select the King James or New King James Version, Logos displays the Textus Receptus as the Greek text. Selecting a reverse interlinear version like the ESV and TRI displays the text of the SBL Greek New Testament on the left and the ESV on the right. Click Settings to filter the number of words displayed in this section. Below the text, Logos displays the individual words corresponding to your setting. In verse 18, the ESV reads, "Proclaim liberty to the captives." The NIV reads, "Proclaim freedom for the prisoners." In English, captive and prisoner overlap in meaning, but are not synonymous. At a glance, you can see the underlying Greek lemma is ekmalatos. Hovering over the lemma shows the translation ring and the most common translations throughout the New Testament. In this case, we learn this is the only use of ekmalatos in the New Testament. The Bible Sense lexicon identifies this as a prisoner of war, and links to other lexicons also appear here. You can reorder these by prioritizing the ones you want to display first. We'll look at these lexicons in depth in a future video. Clicking the lemma opens a Bible word study guide to dig more into the meaning and use of this word. We'll look at this guide in our next video. The grammatical construction section identifies significant grammatical features at the phrase or clause level. The Greek word aphesis occurs twice in verse 18. In the first instance, it is the direct object of the verb to proclaim, and in the second instance, it is the object of the preposition en. Clicking the search link launches a Bible search for the same grammatical construction. This reveals one other instance in the New Testament, also in Luke. The data set is small, but it invites further reflection about the relationship between these two verses in light of Luke's narrative. Aphesis appears at the top of the important words section along with a list of other significant words in the passage. The green ring indicates the level of relevance the word plays, and you can open the Bible Word Study Guide by clicking the word. Expand the entry to see the verse or verses in your passage containing the lemma. Both occurrences of aphesis are in verse 18. Clicking lemma in passage opens a new panel with links to your commentaries addressing the selected word within this section of Scripture. Robert Stein argues aphesis should be understood metaphorically, pointing out that it always refers to the forgiveness of sins elsewhere in Luke Acts. The Lemmas in Passage section provides direct access to your commentaries on the lemmas you are interested in, and these results overlap with the important words section. This section includes lemmas addressed in your commentaries which don't directly occur in the text itself. The grammars section locates places in your grammars where the passage is mentioned. Click the entry to open the grammar, or click the reference to open the grammar at that precise location. Exegeting a passage involves studying both the individual words and the relationship between words in order to understand an author's train of thought and uncover meaning. Logos provides different tools in the visualization section, so you can delve into the sentence syntax. The Cascadia syntax graphs display a syntactical analysis of the passage. You may find it helpful to float these graphs in a new panel to study them easily. Looking at verse 18, you can see there are two major clauses. He has anointed me, and he has sent me. Each of these clauses contain additional supporting clauses. The graph indicates the activities Isaiah, and subsequently Jesus, identify are related to being anointed and being sent. How does this syntactical observation shed light on the crowd's reaction to Jesus? Furthermore, how does this inform Luke's portrayal of Jesus and his work in relation to God the Father? You'll notice some overlap between this guide and the passage guide. Both guides have been created from the same master set of sections. As you continue your study, you may customize the guide by adding or removing sections so you have access to the sections which are most helpful to you in a single guide. With the resources provided by the Exegetical guide, you are ready to explore, study, and analyze the text in a detailed and technical fashion. In the next video, you'll learn how to research individual words in the Bible Word Study Guide.